What's going on, you guys? It's your boy, Mr. Drakenator. Welcome to a new video with new quality, and I've said that 20,000 times on this channel now, but this time I mean it, because on top of the new laptop, which I've already discussed, I've got this new headset which will provide better audio quality, as well as video editing software, which will allow me to make better videos and type of videos that I want to make. And so I want to start off with a discussion video that I've been working on for a few days now because I've really been passionate about it and I've been wanting to share it because it's been very fascinating to learn about it. And so I want to discuss what killer in Dead by Daylight scores deviousness points the most efficiently. And so I want to go every killer and their point scoring events in deviousness. First being the Trapper. The Trapper gains 1,000 points for trapping a survivor, which is a lot of points. However, it's not super easy to get this point scoring event. He also gets 600 points for grabbing a trapped survivor. I oftentimes see trappers like to hit survivors whenever they're in the trap rather than grabbing them out of it. I don't get why that is, because they're getting 300 points for hitting them while they're under the trap instead of grabbing them out of the trap for 600. You get more points that way. You also get 100 points for every trap that you place, which could add up to about 500, 600 extra points in the end of the game, maybe even more, depending on how it goes. So I do feel that he could be the best deviousness killer. Next we have the Wraith. The Wraith gets 550 points for a surprise attack. He gets a surprise attack scoring event by coming out of invisibility and very quickly hitting a survivor. The issue with this is, by the time the Wraith has come out of invisibility, a survivor could have ran very far and be at a window or a pallet ready to loop him for long enough to where he can no longer get this surprise attack. It's very difficult for him to get this because of how short the window for the surprise attack is, and therefore I don't feel that the Wraith could be the best deviousness scorer. Next we have the Hillbilly. The Hillbilly does get points for sprinting, and he can get around 200 points for this. That's if he were to get across the entire map, though. The main scoring event we have to focus on is the 850 points he gets for a chainsaw hit, which is a pretty good amount. It can be tough to hit, but it's a good enough point amount to where he could be the best killer at this. Next we have the Nurse. The Nurse gets a precise blink scoring event of 125 points. This is just for blinking and a survivor coming into your vision after that blink. So that's pretty easy to score, very easy to score really. And she can also get 250 points for a lethal blink, which is hitting a survivor after you blinked. These two scoring events can stack for about 400 points for a blink, which is pretty good for how often she's able to do this. So while she's very good at scoring deviousness, and by no means is she bad at it, I don't feel that she is the best killer at it. Next we have the Shape, or Michael Myers, if you want to call him that. He gets 500 points for leveling up to either Tier 2 or Tier 3. He also gets points for actually stalking a survivor. Without any sort of add-ons or anything like that, he would get about 500 for the actual stalking up to Tier 2 or Tier 3, which means about 1,000 points for leveling up his ability, which is pretty good for how often he can do it. Therefore, I do think he could be the best killer at it. Finally, we have the Hag. The Hag gets 200 points for just her trap getting tripped, which is not bad for how easy she does it. She also gets 25 points for placing it, which wouldn't really add up to much. It could give you 300 or so points extra in the end, but not a whole lot to be worrying about. She also gets 550 points for teleporting to her trap and getting a hit off. The issue with this, similar to the Wraith, is by the time she's reached the trap range to which she can teleport, by the time she's appeared, and by the time she's finally able to move, a survivor can have gotten very, very far away from her, and makes it very difficult for her to get that hit. Therefore, I don't think she could be the best killer. So now it's down to the Trapper, the Hillbilly, and the Shape. While the Hillbilly is good with the 850 points, it can be evaded by a pretty good survivor, and therefore it's not a fantastic scoring event. So while I don't think the Hillbilly is bad at this, at deviousness points, I don't think that he is the best, but he definitely belongs in the top 3. So it's down to the Trapper and the Shape. And what I'm really going to... Another thing that I want to judge, because we're down to these two, is the no one escaped point value of 2,500. We have to take into account which killer can get 4-mans the best. And while the Trapper was the most efficient at this for a while, and he still may be, the Shape is also very efficient at this because of his tier 3, because he can instantly down multiple people at once, like he does. So it's very close between that scoring event for them. However, I do wish to acknowledge it. So really it's down to their selfish scoring events. While the Trapper gets more points of 1,600 that he can get from a single trap, it can be more difficult for him to get these points, which makes it less efficient. The Shape can get this 1,000 points just by looking at a survivor. It can be avoided, but barely. If you can go behind something, but he can just move his body and then further stalk you. He can level this up so many times in a game that he can see himself getting 3,000, 4,000 points in a single game just from stalking. And for that reason, I do think while the Trapper is very good at getting deviousness, I'm going to say that the Shape is the most efficient killer at getting deviousness points. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun making this video and researching the statistics. Comment down below what you think the most efficient killer is, because while I do have factual statements here, it is also based off of opinion, I feel. And also comment what topic you want me to cover next, because I'm really open for anything, and I have a lot of fun with it. So if you have anything you want me to discuss, please feel free to comment it, and I may discuss it next time, because I really enjoyed this. Other than that, I'm really looking forward to editing this video, making it good. Other than that, as always, I'll be back, my Terminators.